Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is Friday, August 13th, and actually today I should talk about McDonald's against Starbucks, but there is one stock that we pursued, right, for a long time. It's called the Docusign, and it doing quite well in past month. So I want to discuss this first, introduce it first. It is not still the time for me to buy Docusign, but it's very close to that because in last quarter, its performance is quite good. So we are looking forward to the new quarterly result. I think it will be announced in, if not this month, then will be early on September. So Docusign is for e-signature. I think all of you know that, right? And e-signature must be the trend for the whole world. And we have introduced the Docusign in Hong Kong's program for 3 or 4 times already. Then you know that actually it's not just simple for you to sign on the internet. She did a lot of great works in the past. Docusign is a company since 2003. That means 18 years from now. Not very old, not very young, just 18 years, right? But it did a lot of breakthrough in the e-signature in the internet. So let's start right on the new performance of Docusign. And our Falcon portfolio is doing so, right? It's 19 months and is keeping 92% from 350,000 to 672,000. And if you want me to discuss on any stock, any topic that I can, so you can leave your comment underneath, or you can email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our cover, and e-signature must be the trend for the whole world. Even not this year, then maybe very soon, because then it will. If you have been in the business world for some time, you will know that if the company is big, if the hierarchy is quite complicated. I've been in 1 or 2 companies over 100 people, one company over 200 people, then it's quite clumsy for them to sign the contract. It's quite clumsy for, you say, me as a middle level one, then I have to ask my subordinate to prepare the contract and then give me the contract for checking, and then give to my senior for checking, and give the manager checking, and then email to the customer for checking. Then it wasted a lot of time for checking, and then wasted a lot of time for us to renew the contract, to adding the rules, right? If I go out, since I've been sales manager, if I went out for a meeting and then they have an urgent document for me to sign, then I have to rush back, right? Hong Kong is small, right? I can do it, but it's no needed. So if there is something like this Docusign, right, we can do everything on the internet, and then everything is encrypted, that is no one can see except I have the password and they have the password, and then my senior can do it. And then at the same time, when someone take approval, and then we can send to the customer, and then customer do the same way, and then we can finish the contract within 1 hour. But if like the current way, we may need half a day to do it, and every day we have a lot of contract to sign. So that is what Docusign's main idea is like that. But now e-signature is not only for business. It may for you to sign something on the internet, for maybe for you to liaise with the government, some important bank document for you to sign, something like that. You have to use the e-signature on the internet. Docusign is overlapped with Adobe on a small area. Yes, they overlapped it in some small area, but not totally overlapped it. Adobe, of course, Adobe is far older than Docusign, and is much bigger, right? Much wealthy than Docusign, because it's much older than Docusign. And Adobe also have Adobe Cloud, and then Docusign also have Agreement Cloud, something like that. But they are in different area. Adobe is more on technical drawing, something like that. I don't use Adobe because I don't need to. But when I still works, then my senior use Adobe. Then she is an English guy. And Docusign also has the agreement cloud. The agreement cloud is used for you to do some contract, to do some agreement. Then you can do everything on the cloud, and then everyone can access to that. Then you no need to ask, you no need to transfer the document to your senior to your senior, and then to the customer. No need. Then you can only have the password and the security for the document cloud, and then everyone can access into that. Then you can view the document, sign the document, give comment, correct everything on the internet. So I think that is as long as Docusign has a good security, I think it's very important, as long as for commercial work. So let us begin to see some data, some performance data of Docusign. The first thing I want to say is be very careful on the pandemic now on USA, because I specially listed these pandemic numbers for you so you can see. You can see the very peak is at the time of Donald Trump still be the president at the end of last year. And you can see at the right hand side now the everyday new cases average for 7 days is more than 125,000 already. That is a half, not as serious as the serious time, but it's nearly half of the worst time. So have to be very careful, America, right? And then FDA just authorized that the COVID-19 vaccine booster, some call it booster, some call it enhancer, doesn't matter, the same thing. For the immune compromised, that means for the weak one. For the weak one, right? Some are weak, some old people, they have long disease, something like that, then they may need a booster, they may need an enhancer, right? So put on a mask every day when you go out and keep the social distance. If it comes back again for the Delta, then it is this is a crash, right? A crash to the economy, because the economy of America's recover very well, and it happened in China already. It happened in China already, and it is still okay for India. Brazil is doing better, and then for India is doing quite good, right? So actually Taiwan is doing very good, right? Singapore is doing very good, and then Australia also. So I hope everyone on America put on your mask, keep the social distance, then do the things that you need to do. Then we must not Delta crash the economy again, right? So this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. We are keeping 92% of our portfolio. Dow Jones rise a little bit yesterday, not very significant. Nasdaq the same, rise that but not significant, so it doesn't matter. So this is Docusign CEO, but this is 1 year before picture. And this is Docusign. You can go up to the internet, and then there is Docusign free trial for you to try, but not for us, because nowadays not for us, just for business. But I think later or sooner or later, then maybe we also need it, because the government, if you or the bank, you can sign something. You don't need to go to the bank, right? But if not, see if only by the password, then it is secure enough for some very important transaction. Some transaction is very important, or the amount is very big. Does the password good enough, or does the password sent to your smartphone good enough? I don't know. Maybe sometime later, then we no need to, or the for some enterprises that is very big enterprises, and then the CEO no need to go to bank, right? You can use just the video and then use the Docusign, then you can complete some document, very important, right? Maybe. So Docusign, I can see the expansion of Docusign, even only in America, still has a long way to go. This is some comment. This is some comments from the commentator on Docusign. And Docusign now controls a whopping of 70% of the e-signature market. I think it is talking about just America. Because in other words, it's no e-signature. In Hong Kong, there's no e-signature. You have to go to the bank, right? You have to go to the bank in person. And the Docusign agreement card picks you up where digital signature lives off and managing the entire life cycle of an agreement. I agree to that. Because I've been in business world for a long time, more than 28 years, something like that. So signing a contract, correcting a contract, signing again a contract, send to the customer, and then review again, and then we sign it, then just make me annoying. But because we have a lot of contract to sign, right? When the company is very big, wow, it's something like very panic to you. So Docusign may help a lot for the contracts. And Docusign provides the company with a largely and untapped opportunity. Its market may up to 50 billion US dollar. So big. When considered in the context of the company's total revenue now is just 1.5 billion US dollar. So it's still a long way to go. And then finally, Docusign has a history of issuing a conservative forecast, leaving room for later increases, right? And for the current fiscal year, the company is expecting revenue to increase by roughly 40%, up from its initial guidance of 35% growth. And as a whole, that means then Docusign still has a very great potential, right? But we don't always listen to what is said. We see the figures, right? We have to examine the figures. So this is Docusign's stock price history. So we can see when we first introduced Docusign in year 2020, then we can see it rise up very sharply. But then sooner and later there is the pandemic. It is up and down, up and down, and up and down, and then it goes down very sharply at the early of this year, because that is the most serious time. And just like the other software, a lot of companies sign a contract with Docusign, but when the contract is over, maybe that means the end of the year or the early of the year, then the pandemic is still there. So they stop to continue the contract first and then see how it goes. So you can see suddenly at the early of this year, the stock price dropped at 35%, something like 30%, right? From January to about March, it dropped at 30%. It crashes because a lot of commercial company is not continue the contract. They want to see how it goes. Some stopped it, and then a lot of employees work from home, and then they don't know if the business will recover or not. But soon after it recover, right? Soon after recover, because there is the vaccine, and then it boosts up again. It's in the same pace as the pandemic cases. And then there's a new high of Docusign at 314. It still does not have the PE ratio because it's still lost, right? Sadly, because it's still lost, so it doesn't have the PE ratio. So let us examine some numbers for Docusign. This is for February to April. And then very soon, I hope it's on early next month, it will announce for the second quarter. Well, you can see the revenue of mainly is subscription. Just few goes to the pro services and the others. Mainly is subscription. And the subscriptions year over year increased at 61% for the income. And then for the total income is 0.6469 billion, increased at 58%. And it still lost. It lost 8.354 million US dollar. But last year it lost at 47.8 million, and the loss decreased a lot. We can see the cash level and the long debt level not changed a lot. is not borrowing more money, and the cash is not losing a lot. So this is why the share price, the stock price, boosts up again, because the cash level can maintain, and then the long debt not worse. We can see the efficiency becomes much better than last year. For every $1 revenue, now she lost $0.0178, right? That means for every $1 she earned, then she lost $0.0178, just a little bit, right? But last year, at the same quarter, for every $1 she earned, she lost $0.16. So it's more effective, much more effective than before. So we are expecting for maybe the fixed expenditure, she doesn't need to deposit so much, because she deposited already, right? She pasted the money for expansion already, and then now is waiting for the income to come back. So we have to see one more quarter. That means for the next quarter, it should start to earn money. Then if it starts to earn money, we can buy in, right? So in order for you to have quite a more careful looking on the quarterly income before, so I listed something I can find on the internet. So this is the past 5 seasons, including this season, right? In the past 5 seasons, the revenue increase, but you can see the increase slow down. The revenue increment slow down from last year's May to July to August to October, because of the pandemic, right? Slow down and then slow down, and then to the last quarter it becomes more normal. So you can see it's quite it's a nightmare, right? You can see the nightmare is in middle of last year, it lost $64.56 million, right? It lost a lot of money. And then at the end of the last year, it lost $72.41 million US dollar. It lost a lot. But as soon as America restored to normal after the vaccine, then the loss quickly reduced a lot to just this quarter, 8.35 million only. So if everything according to the right track, the next quarter it should start to earn money. If it start to earn money, that means we can buy in, right? Like May Twin in Hong Kong, right? So some Hong Kong readers should know about that. Then we can buy in, right? I love this distribution. So for the business distributed of Docusign, 78% still in US. It's a correct strategy because US still has a long way to go for Docusign, and only 22% is international. And you can see some of the asset is in Ireland and then in international, because maybe they have the office, they have the server, something like that. But mainly they need 70% still in America. I think it's okay, because even for US, then still a long way for Docusign to go, right? So that's one thing. So whenever in the next quarter, if it has a positive net income, then we should buy in, because you know, some of the investor in America, they already buy in already. Why they buy in? Because they think it will increase, it will improve, and then the net income become positive very soon. From the trend it is, but I'm more conservative, right? I want to see a real net income positive before I buy in, right? I buy the concept of Docusign, right? So let's see how it goes. So you can nowadays use Docusign on a lot of platform already. Like you can use on Amazon, you can use it on Shopify, you can use it on Slack, you can use it on Stripe, Salesforce. Salesforce seems her competitor, right? Overlap a little bit, not a lot of area, just overlap on a small area, right? So for all those, a lot of platform you can already use Docusign already, right? So we will keep on to follow Docusign. Once she has a positive income, she has a positive net income, then we may buy in, right? So please follow our channel. So okay, let us share up till here, and then if you like our program, then please give us a like, and then if you have any comment, you can leave underneath, or you can directly email to me. And please share this video to your friends, your relatives, then when you think they also like this video. And please help me to subscribe for this video, and then press the bell icon next to it. So next time when there is new video uploaded, YouTube will inform you automatically. Okay, thanks for watching, and then we wait for next Friday, and then beware of the Delta, then put on your mask, and then keep the social distance. Then I hope the whole world will, all the pandemic will go over at the end of the year, right? Then let's go for that. Okay, have a peaceful weekend. Let us see next Friday. Bye bye.